We are continuing with the lesson The Dragon Rock, the story of a rock which looked like a sleeping dragon, and that indeed was a dragon. So, we already know that this story happened in the quiet valley of Hazel, where people were hardworking, but their life was a little difficult because they were dependent on the rainwater, and the children used to play around a rock that looked like a sleeping dragon, and the people used to do all sort of things with that dragon rock. And everybody knew it was a dragon, but nobody was scared because everybody knew that it won't harm us because it never moved, right? And there was a popular rhyme famous in that village. In times of trouble, the dragon will wake and free the village by making a lake. So the story is set in a particular summer where everything in the valley was drying. The rain was not there that summer. It did not rain at all. So the valley was becoming drier and thirstier. But the people believed in the dragon, believed in the story, and they kept thinking the dragon will wake up and it will free the village by making a lake. It will free the village of its dependency on rain. So they trusted the dragon and they were waiting for him to do something about it. The children. So people were waiting patiently for the dragon to wake up, but weeks passed by and no change. So some people were getting cross at dragon now. They would look angrily at it when passing by. But the children of the valley had a plan. They trusted the dragon. So quickly and quietly they moved around town picking up fading flowers. Why were the flowers fading? Because it was hot, no water. So they were slowly fading because of the heat and less water. So what did the children do? They picked lots and lots of flowers from everywhere and they placed bunches of flowers around the dragon in a big circle. They scattered petals around its head and over its nose. They danced around it, speaking and chanting the rhyme that they all knew so well. What was the rhyme? In times of trouble, the dragon will wake and save the village by making a lake. Now the children believed in that the dragon will wake up. Elders, no, they were losing faith. Now the burning heat were making them dizzy. Who are them? The children, yes. So they were feeling dizzy. So they finally fell asleep in a heap. When they woke up, they looked up at the rock. Now they had covered the face of the rock. You can see in the picture that they have covered it with lots of flower petals and they have placed flowers all around it. So what had happened that the flowers were drying up, so the pollen was out in the wind, eh, and the air was thick with pollen and scent. And suddenly, when the children woke up, they saw a stony grey nose twitched. And what happened when the nose twitched? The child who spotted the twitching was the youngest boy in the group, and he said, I saw something. They all stared at the dragon, and then an ear moved. First the nose twist, and then the ear moved. Then the ground began to rumble. Look out, run! The children ran in all directions, shrieking and squealing. The rumbling grew and grew. The dragon raised its sleepy head. Finally, the dragon was awake, and it got into its front feet and sat like a dog. It got onto its front feet and sat. You can see in the picture, it's sitting like a dog and stood up and stretched like a cat because it was, since when it was sleeping, obviously it will stretch, right? Then it blinked and looked around with big, kind, long lashed eyes. Long lashed eyes. So it had very kind eyes. That's why the people used to say that rhyme that he will help them. See, he was very kind. And soon all the people stood together at the foot of the hill, staring at the large beast with its mouth open, with their mouths open. When you are surprised beyond, comprehension, then your jaw is dropping on the floor. That's the phrase we use. You pick up your jaw, it's on the floor when you are too, surprised beyond words. So they knew it always that the rock was actually a dragon, but to see it in all its glory, obviously it was a mouth jaw-dropping experience for them. So their mouths were open, and suddenly a noise came from the dragon. What was the noise? Ah! The noise that you make before you are going to sneeze. So the families also knew that the dragon was going to sneeze. So they held on to each other tightly and shut their eyes. And achoo! The sneeze blasted from the dragon. It was so forceful that it was actually a blast. It was not like a normal sneeze that we do. No, it was a blast. And the blast was so powerful, the dragon was thrown back, and it caused a whirlwind of dust and dirt. Then again, achoo! Second sneeze came, and the second blast split open the dry earth, sending soils and trees roots high into the sky. And something else too. What was that? The people heard the sound but did not know what it was first, because it has been such a long time since their ears has heard such a tinkling music. What is tinkling music? Yes, you guessed it right. It's the sound of a spring. Water, water, cold, clear spring water oozed, then trickled, then roared out of the hole. The hole which was made down the hillside. Along the valley floor, the water came. The river knocked over a farmer's haystack. You know, it went in the flow with the river, but the farmer did not care. The river carried away the school teacher's bike shade, but she did not care too, because they all were excited because they finally got water. So the dirty, brown, dusty hollow in the ground was now shining in the sunlight. Why? Because it was converted into a lovely lake. Said the dragon sleepily, showing its perfect teeth. Was smiling and said, "Now that I am awake." And then he moved forward slowly and disappeared in the cool, dark water of the lake with a small wave of a claw and a toss of its tail. So, after his sneeze made a lake, the dragon disappeared in that lake, again went to sleep in that lake, and they never saw him again. After the families built the village again, because the village was destroyed by the river that came out of the hillside. They built a big monument in the spot where the dragon used to lie. Every year, to mark that day, they would bring garlands of flowers and herbs and arrange them in a big circle like the children did. You remember, the children placed flowers in a circle around the dragon. So to mark that, they used to uh, make garlands of flowers and herbs and arrange them in a big circle. And the children would have the day off, for it was known as Water Dragon Day. They had a holiday, and the day was known as Water Dragon Day. And they would wear dragon masks they had made, would skip and clap and sing. And what did they sing? The dragon helped us, as we said he would do. Hooray for the dragon! Achoo, achoo. Now, these are the word meanings. Go through them. Speak and spank, drooped cross, busy, twist, shrieking, whirlwind. Remember all the meanings. These are few questions. Yes, you can pause the video, answer them, and then check the answers. Few more questions for you to think on. Hope it was clear to you all. I'll see you with the next video. Till then, take care.